Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Rohini here. Today I'm going to talk about the posterior compartment of the leg. So here we have the posterior compartment of the leg, which I have briefed here. Totally there are 7 muscles. Superficial 3 muscles, deep 4 muscles. So if you see superficial ones, there is medial head and lateral head of the gastrocnemius, which is together with the soleus called tendocalcaneus tendon. Okay, it is also called Achilles tendon. And there is another muscle which has got a very thin tendon, which is also attached to the calcaneus, just like the medial and lateral head of the gastrocnemius, and that is known as plantaris. So these are the muscles of the superficial group. So now what do they do? Action I will tell you a little later. Coming to the deep group, that is 4 muscles, you have first popliteus muscle, which is a very small muscle, and it also forms the floor of the popliteal fossa, and it acts on the knee joint. What is the main action of this popliteus is it unlocks the knee joint. So it will lateral rotate the femur in relation to the tibia and helps in unlocking the knee joint before the flexion of the knee. So now next you have flexor hallucis longus. You should see this name. Hallucis means big toe. So it will help in flexion of the big toe. So it is present on the medial side. Then you have flexor digitorum. When you say digitorum, it gives when he slips. There are 4 lateral toes. It goes to the 4 lateral toes to flex them. Next you have in the center between these two you have tibialis posterior, which is pretty small compared to these two, and that is in the center. You remember that it is in the middle, so you remember this as contributing to the medial arch. So this is one of the important muscles which maintains the medial arch of the foot. So tibialis posterior in the center. Medially you have towards the medial side you have flexor hallucis. Then laterally you have flexor digitorum. Very close to the knee joint you have popliteus. So these are the deep set of muscles. Now coming to the action. So you have here gastrocnemius, soleus and plantaris. Look at this chart. I have made a chart which says what is the action of each one. So from the posterior compartment we have knee flexion, ankle foot flexion, plantar flexion, inversion. So you have here all this action. Gastrocnemius does not contribute to the inversion. So none of the muscles contribute to inversion. There is only tibialis posterior which contributes to inversion. So remember this, inversion is by tibialis posterior. So like that, lateral rotation solo muscle which contributes is popliteus. And soleus is again a muscle which contributes to the plantar flexion alone at the ankle joint. So like this, there are many muscles. If it takes origin from a higher level, that is, if it crosses the knee joint, then definitely it will act on the knee joint. If it crosses the ankle joint as well, it will act on the ankle joint as well. So it depends on what joints it crosses. So accordingly, I have made a chart. Like here, I have said flexor hallucis longus. It will flex the big toe. Flexor digitorum longus. It will flex the 4 lateral toes. Other actions it does not do. So into is it does not do. I have crossed it. So whatever I have checked, they do that action. So it is very easy to remember if you have a chart like this. So this is about posterior compartment of the leg.